not go live. That's no, 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 no. That's ridiculous. No, that's ridiculous. Okay. Nope. I don't even know what that is. Okay. All right. Well, I wasn't expecting all of that to go on simultaneously, so phone starts ringing. Must be a good omen, right? Because it hasn't rang all day until I came in. So I'm going to get it together here because I decided to maybe going portrait is better than going landscape for some reason for YouTube. So anyway, I'm sitting here and Spirit started to speak to me about some things, and I haven't been, you know, doing a lot of readings over the past couple of weeks. I've been feeling really drained, and I've been doing a lot of inner work and resting and, you know, doing things around the house, cooking, things like that, you know, trying to raise my vibration. And I was in a good place. I was getting into a good place, you know. But this is talking to other, you know, divine feminines and other women who may not be particularly on the spiritual path per se that they are aware of, but the energy is the energy, you know, regardless of what you call it. And they seem to be having the same repetitive issue, among others, but this one has been coming up. Not, you know, not at the top of the list, but it's been a little more lately. And I've experienced it myself, and I think it might be, you know, like there's some things on this journey that are 5D, you know, spiritual things, and there are other things that are straight up 3D things, you know, work, you know, other obligations, distance, whatever, you know, whatever the situation is. But this is another kind of influence, because especially during the quarantine, a lot of men DMs had a opportunity to stay home and, you know, watch television, get acquainted with YouTube, things like that, and they started to, you know, watch, you know, be able to spend more time and, you know, enjoy entertainment, different, you know, streaming services and whatever. And so this particular content creator appeals to a certain segment of men who are looking for advice on how to obtain the lifestyle and the women that go along with that, basically, or how to control the women that they settle on and what qualifications the woman that is going to be the best match for them in their quest towards materialism or security or whatever, legacy is what he'll call it, but it's not spiritual, it's material. Who's going to be best for you to control and to not embarrass you, mess up your image, bear your children, raise them to respect you, to respect your word, as she respects your word, and you know, just be whatever definition they have that's alpha male or whatever. I guess there are different levels to all of this, right? So there's alpha male, beta male, I don't know, don't care. But this is important. They need to be alpha males. So, or they want to learn how to be alpha males, or they, assert themselves more in relationships or whatever. And nothing wrong with learning how to speak up for yourself. Don't let anybody, male or female, run over you. But this is more encouraging that, in my opinion, just stereotypes and bad, just bad images that we as a community, because he's black and he's talking to men, but he zeroes in on black women. So he's been attacking the sisters, women in general, but particularly the black sisters, and those who are silly enough to call into his podcast and allow him to verbally abuse them. He rates women on a scale of 1 to 10, and you're not allowed to rate yourself anywhere past 6, I guess. I don't know. I don't listen to him regularly at all. I listen to people who critique him, and my DM is one of his listeners, followers. He may even be I'm sure he's a subscriber, but he may be following him on Patreon or whoever else or whatever. Also, it reinforces a lot of his own machismo. My DM is, comes from that type of tradition, especially men who are raised in households that have that Caribbean influence. Yeah, that's a lot. And then, being in New York, you have to have come with a little bit of swag to you. And nobody mad about any of that, just saying. I told my DM, I said, Llewelyn Samuels would love to be in your shoes. You're already lived, you have a pension, you have insurance, stability. He would give his right arm to be where you are. But you put in the work. And it was man's work, right? And it was work that he could not ever do. So instead, he's going to milk the brothers and just milk the system. So it's working. I feel this is a political ploy on behalf of the right wing, trying to siphon more and more men away from the Democratic Party, and ultimately to create more division between the black female and the black male when it comes to voting, and that. So, that always works to their benefit to create strife in the household. So, why would the Republicans want to, release inmates from jail and restore their voting rights and stuff? One, because they knew that half their buddies was in there and they needed to get them out so they could vote. And two, they knew that there would be brothers who would switch to the Republican Party in gratitude for them brought about their release. So, I can see that. That's my perception of it. That's what I've always felt intuitively about all of this, stuff. I mean, we're grateful for it. The reform is definitely needed, but consider the source and why. Rand Paul is no friend to black people, and he was the main champion of it, and we know he's in Donald Trump's pocket. So I don't know. But anyway, I feel like Kevin Samuels is a plant. I think that he is a plant that is here to upset create more strife, sow more discord, and undermine the self-esteem of black women, because black women have once again stood up and fought the power and brought this country from the brink of tyranny again. And instead of celebrating us, that despite all, we still want to be with our brothers, we still want to nurture our relationships with them in a healthy way. Instead, they're being counseled when they're a captive audience, not by us, not by Oprah. That's their other arch enemy. You know, but by Kevin Samuels and his ilk. So, anyway, I just wanted to know, and in my case, this is a repeat of the same type of energy, because when I first met my DM, the Shahrazad Ali book had just come out, and I had I'm working with all these men, and they are loving this. I mean, my DM, he still has a copy of it in his back pocket today. He quotes her. You know, it's like, you know, and I was not appreciative of that, you know, at the time. Over time, you know, there are always things that I agreed with her on, but there was the way that her delivery, and the way that she addressed, again, belittling black women, accusing, you know, like, blaming the victim, right? So, and then she had this thing about, you know, the black man needs to be able to give his black woman an open-handed slap in the mouth, and that was it for me and a lot of women at the time, right? And still to this day at the time. But she still stands by that. But I did watch her interview that she did recently, and she's pulled back on a lot of what she's seeing, because she also sees the quality of the men that black women are dealing with, and also how this, you know, this same message, this toxic masculinity message, is not productive for the community. I got that through that interview. Perhaps the person that was interviewing her didn't get it, but it was clear that she wasn't down with this new iteration of using her words, using her lessons in order to, this hair is crazy, right? In order to influence black men not to do the right thing, or to be trying to lord over their partners, and not to be and to downplay and belittle the accomplishments and the achievements that women bring to the community, you know, and that black women have always risen to the occasion. So anyway, but back in the day when this book was first published, this is when I originally met my DM, and he is still, you know, he's the president of the He-Man Women Haters Club in whatever chapter he is in, and they have elected, I guess, Mr. Samuels to be their Grand Poobah on the mountain, telling them, you know, like Moses, giving them the commandments on how to lead the black women out of Egypt or some shit, whatever. But it's just like, come on. And he doesn't even value black men who are making less than 6 figures. So 6 figures would be $100,000 a year, right? At least, right? Because if 99,000 is not 6 figures. So, thanks for coming. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up so that others will know that I'm here. So, If you don't make past 6 figures, then you're not a quality man. So men that make $40,000 aren't worthwhile men that make 50,000 or 65 or 70 or 89. I mean, what are you saying? Men have worked hard. They, put in their time. Some of them may be retiring. Some of them may be retired. I mean, they could have made career military men. Maybe they'll make 6 figures, but maybe what? What if they only make $98,000 after taxes? Does that make them not a worthwhile? It's based on monetary. It's based on materialism. Now, do not get me wrong. Marriage is a contract, right? It's not just bubbles and champagne and balloons and love and teddy bears. It's a contract. You're merging your assets with this other person's assets unless you have a prenuptial agreement. And I don't fault anybody, male or female, for having a prenuptial agreement. If you need to have assets that you need to protect, then do that, right? But I don't think that diminishes your faith in the relationship. I think that's just ensuring your own stability, so that whatever you came in with, you leave with, regardless of what. Now, whatever you all build together, that needs to be 50-50 or whatever percentage is supposed to be based on whatever the business is. But whatever you came in with, you should be able to leave with, right? So that you at least don't lose, on whatever, besides your emotions, and whatever time, and whatever you've invested into the relationship together. But what you already have acquired, you should be able to hold on to that. But anyway, so like I'm saying, I don't disagree with a lot of the principles and things that he's saying. But he takes, in my opinion, he takes too much time on cutting down his listeners, audience, whoever has the tenacity to go live with him, to have a video conference, because he doesn't let you do anything without showing your face. So he's embarrassing you and using your face and profiting off of that. I don't know if there's some behind-the-scenes contract that he's, giving you a piece of his million subscriberships or however many hits he gets off of, your particular dilemma that day. Because if you were on a TV talk show, you probably get some kind of compensation. So anyway, besides just getting, slant, because I haven't heard him give anybody any quality, helpful tips as far as women go, except to berate them and tell them and devalue them further than they are, because if they were more valuable, if they value themselves more, some of them wouldn't even call in. And he tries to belittle everybody, male and female, but he zeroes in on women, and it's unnecessary. Yes, you can be, sometimes people make you get a little harsh with them, but you don't need to start off like that, and I don't see any empathy nor compassion. So we know that we've been dealing with our DMs who, for some of us, have a problem with showing empathy, right? Or showing compassion towards us in this relationship. So as I was talking, I was shuffling, because I decided to, let's see what influences Kevin Samuels having on the collective. So, we got the 6 of coins, and I'm using the Dolly deck, the Dolly Tarot, which was a gift from a male subscriber of mine a few months back, so I thought that this would be appropriate. You know, this is masculine energy. Yeah, so this is reminding me of someone who is sharing information. People are coming towards that person asking for abundance, maybe, but I'm thinking it's, see, this is a marionette, like a puppeteers, you know how the marionette, that's what's here. So they're being manipulated to come towards this person and to ask him to share, like as if he's some kind of a spiritual advisor or guru or something to be worshipped, but at the same time it's a dark energy. It's a dark energy. And some of these men are hurt and they need help, they're begging for help, but the help that he's offering is manipulative. Okay. Wow. So that's the 6 of coins. So next we get the 10. Is this the 10? 3, 6, 9. Yeah, the 10 of Cups. So this is affecting families, right? This is affecting relationships. This is affecting, there's an A here for this alpha. I'm seeing this is the alpha. And he looks like he's got a little bit of an attitude too. And there's peaches. And he's looking at her bust. So this could be talking about making themselves happy by seeking after, you know, being out in the clubs, you know, talking to the waitresses and the strippers and those kind of folks, you know. I'm saying that because the Peaches, Atlanta, that thing, okay, whatever. Yeah, going to the club, you know, hanging out with the fellas, being happy, making themselves happy. La muerte, death. So something makes things change, makes things come to a halt, brings a lot of distress and worry. Someone's hoping maybe that it'll change, because what that the love is turned into this dark, fiery, monstrous thing, and it's overshadowing the emotions, and someone is feeling abandoned, stabbed in the back, trying to learn that they can grow from this experience, hopefully, knowing that they will grow. But this is the blockage. So this influence is causing some relationships to end, or causing some people to regret their relationship or resent their partners. Thanks for coming. Let me know what you think about what this is. King of Wands. Here we go. Yeah. Well, we know that he's out for a party. Right? King of Wands is coming passionately, but a little ferret back there. Yeah, wherever he can get into, whatever he can get into. Very phallic symbolism going on here. But these leaves are turning a little yellow, so for some of us, for some of you, and this could be about Kevin Samuels himself, it's starting to get a little old. This is starting to get a little old. This is starting to get a little old. Someone is feeling like this is getting a little old. They need to come to an end. This needs to change. All of this hanging out and partying and listening to this dude needs to stop. That's the only way that you can be able to start things all over again. The only way that you can be able to get a new beginning and start growing this relationship, divine masculine. Yeah. Because you're listening to this information. You believe that it's true. You don't know what's going on in the back. You don't know who's sponsoring him. You're confused. Now you don't know what to think, what to do. But somebody's trying to maybe give you some peace, forgive you for your confusion. Somebody's trying to offer you a way out of this confusion. Someone is trying to offer you a way out of your confusion. And you're not listening, or you're not trusting it, maybe. That could be for some of you. This new beginning with the lover. You're not trusting it. You don't want to let go. You're just allowing the healing to come. And you're taking in everything. You're taking everything in. Maybe you feel that this is helping to heal you. This information or whatever dribble you're getting from Kevin Samuels. So maybe you feel that this is healing for you. But you're not looking at the true picture. You're not looking at what might be going on in behind. What might be the other motives. Yes, there are truths. And, even a broke clock is right twice a day, right? But this is old, stubborn energies. Again, just like we saying that those white supremacists are not trying to give up their power, the same type of patriarchal energy that's being stubborn and resistant to change. Resistant to allowing a new beginning for the lovers. Instead, it creates towers. It's putting a strain on it. And you keep starting all over again. And you're not giving enough to the situation. Or what was being offered to you now may have been diminished. Happiness, stability, family. wishes fulfilled. Instead, you want to be the Knight of Wands. You're being counseled that that's the way to go. Where the party is, where the happiness is, right? Hanging out. Yep, having all kinds of options, choices, ice cream, you scream, we all scream. All kinds of games and travel. Or maybe one choice, but you juggle them all because you're out there and you're being told to, yeah, stay out there, be a heartbreaker, enjoy that. Four of Coins. Yeah, you're enjoying this. You know, you feel like this is helping you to grow some. You don't like to hold on to this feeling. Yeah, like to hold on to this independence. These changes, right? You're protected by the ancestors. Because you're the Divine Masculine. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Off you go. Off you go. That's all right, though. That's all right. So, that's the energy that Kevin Samuels is making these Divine Masculines feel like they have a new lease on life. They have a opportunity, or many opportunities open to them, that they can call the shots, and they can have somebody waiting on them. Maybe they may have their eye on one or two particular people, but they shouldn't divulge that information. So he's helping them, you know, not tell us what's going on, not be open to speaking up and, you know, expressing their emotions regarding the relationship, because they're being told that they don't have emotions, you know. They're not to use words like feel or think. Rather, they know, you know, or they are, you know, like to speak with words like think or feel, or those type of words of empathy or compassion are feminine words, and no man should ever be allowed to let those words come out of his mouth, especially when he's speaking to another man. Now, when he's speaking to a woman, I guess that their common sense tells them that they need to speak with some respect and to be open to expressing their feelings, but still he is against that, as are a lot of men, right? But to have this man reinforcing this, which is, I mean, even against common sense, you know? It's like you get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. So why would you add more acid onto the mix, unless you have an ulterior motive, right? Now, there's a petition going around YouTube land and on the internet in general to get him off of the airwaves. Now, he hit 1 million subscribers, I think, last week. So good for him, you know. But is he doing it at our expense? I don't know. Let's find out. What is Kevin Samuels' agenda? What is his agenda when it comes to Mm-hmm. The sun dances, abundance, celebrating life. Yep. So he's trying to make changes in the community. And he's trying to bring abundance to himself. Kevin Samuels' energy towards the community. The Shadow Queen. Manipulation. Number 16, which is a 7. So, it may be time for this type of manipulation to go on. It may be a challenge, a change, a change to the way we look at ourselves, a change to the way that we look at our relationships, a change to the way men look at their relationships. Okay, that's what he's doing. But it is acquiring knowledge, insecurities and manipulations. Yeah, see, this is about going and getting someone's, like hitting them below the belt type of energy. Making money off of the shadow of the women, of the black women, of the black community. Making his abundance, enriching himself off of the pain and the suffering of the community, the women in the community. The more he knows, the more he insults. It doesn't help. Okay. But part of the plan. Okay. Sisters of the season. Cycles of growth, natural law and divine order. What did I just say? 17. So, this is the time for the women to get together, to join forces, to join their energies, putting things in order. So this could be about the petition that's being put out there. This talks about a growth. This talks about getting things in order. So he may feel that he is getting things in order in the women's, and in the women's sphere, because the men are in the Manosphere. I don't know what the women's world is. Like I said, I don't listen. It doesn't have to be nothing nice at all, right? He talks about women's weight, if you're not a size, I don't even know. He insults women's education skills. He insults having their children, he automatically assumes that your baby daddy left you, or you left him, or some foolishness because it's your fault, because men always take the blame, and it's really never the man's fault. It is the woman's fault. I get this, and even if I'm not watching it, I can see the titles and know what fuckery is going on, besides the fact that my DM, like I said, is a fan, and he, brings it into conversations. So, that's a lot. Yeah, he brings it into our conversations. And I don't blame Kevin Samuels for that, because like I said, long before there was a Kevin Samuels, there was a Shahrazad Ali, and before there was a Shahrazad Ali, there was just some hurt little boy somewhere that was very resentful of women around him. And even though he feels comfortable and he loves the women around him, he's got a bone to pick. And since he can't, I guess since he's not able to vocalize it, because some men don't feel comfortable vocalizing their frustrations because they don't want to be angry. They're afraid that if they start talking, they'll never stop, because they're going to just explode, and they don't want to let the top off of the pot. because they're afraid that once that starts bowling out, they won't be able to control their energy, their anger, you know. So, or it could be they don't want to express their love because then they feel that they'll be a simp. Okay. Simp, what is it? Whatever that means, but it's like a weakling or something. Not an alpha male, to say the least. So, okay. Sisters of the season. So he feels that he is, whatever he's doing it for the best of the women. Higher knowing, divine guidance. Number 3, the spirit whisperer. Maybe he was led to do this. Maybe he was led to do this. Yeah. Well, we already said that it was something that was supposed to happen at this time. The Phoenix, number 29. Manifestation. Surrender to change. Resurrection. The Phoenix. So, he feels that he is doing the right thing. He is doing as he's been led. Alright? And that he is going to help to resurrect the community if we surrender. If that is how he sees what he's doing. He feels he's doing a good thing. The web weaver, synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. So he feels that he's doing as he's being led by his spiritual guidance. That even if it is manipulative and going to bring him abundance, that's okay, because he knows, he feels that these are changes that the community needs. Okay. So, see, I'm impartial, because, you know, I am not rocking with this monk at all, but Spirit say what Spirit say. So, that's it. So he's like a, you know, like a preacher, like a pastor, like a pimp. Thank you. Like a pastor, like a pimp, yeah. He feels he's doing something for the community and that, you know, he'll reap the benefits of it. Feel that this is how God has led him. Father of baskets. Yeah. Nothing but love. Nothing but love for you, baby. That's what I'm hearing. He is love. These cards that I'm using now from the Hoodoo deck, the Hoodoo Tarot, and those previous cards were from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. All the cards that I use will be in the description box. And hi everybody, I'm Patsy. In case I didn't introduce myself, I hope everybody is having a safe summer and is enjoying this day. I just got led to do this. I was sitting here thinking, you know, like I'm sure a lot of us are, about our relationship, our situations, about the divine masculine, about your divine feminine, for some of you. Yeah, so I was led that this is part of the 3D problem in my relationship and in the relationship of many of you sisters out there. So let's take a look at it. What is his intentions? Because I just don't trust Kevin Samuels, but so far it sounds like he has good intentions. He's just like I said, a preacher or a pimp. He feels he's doing a service. Them bones. Yeah. This is the World card. Shadow Queen. So 16 to 7. So going to someone's going to get readings, or someone has love for a tarot card reader. Someone. Let me see. Dumb bones. 20. Oh, right. Judgment. Okay. Focus on what you need rather than what you want. You have to make tough choices. Be willing to put your ego aside and do what you have to do. The best possible outcome is guaranteed. Then bones may be reminding you that people are going to talk about you no matter what you do. Make sure that you remain in alignment with your goals, dreams, and aspirations. Acknowledge that no one escapes judgment, even if the judge is oneself. Them bones could also indicate that it's a time for a more in-depth reading concerning a matter of great importance. This reading will provide relief and solutions to your problems. If you receive them bones in the reading, consider the following. It may be time for an honest self-assessment. What is your reputation? Are you still in alignment with it? If you want a fresh start, start fresh. The neutral position is no longer an option. Do others need to know where you stand on that issue? If so, stop stalling and tell them. Well, I'm telling you guys where I stand on that issue. But this is him, right? Okay. So this could be saying where he stands. It may be looked at as manipulative. He feels that he is being loving and nurturing, regardless of whether or not he benefits from it. He doesn't see a problem, have a problem with that. Not that he should. He was led to do this, but he might be looking at his own motives. Maybe the fact that people are questioning him like this, questioning his motives, took out a petition on him. Maybe in his deep self he is questioning what is his motives or what effect it is having on the community. Maybe. 8 of Knives, yeah. Yeah, maybe he is feeling a little sorrow about the way he has gone about dealing with these women. Maybe he feels reticent, sad, he may feel stuck, but it works. It's working for him. But still, he knows that it is hurtful, but it works. So why should he change it? Let's see. Spirit Whisper. I got 2 and 2 right now. Thank you so much. So this is the message for John Horse. That is the Emperor. Spirit Whisperer is clarified by the Emperor. This is masculine energy that he is definitely being guided by. There's a masculine energy that's whispering, that's giving instructions. a boss figure. Let's see. John Horse. Cypress. We saw Cypress earlier. Didn't I say somebody had a tree? It was something, felt like something was growing out of someone. Oh, that was the other deck. Yeah, out the Dolly deck. Yeah. There is no guidance. Where there is no guidance, the people fails. But in an abundance of counselors, there's safety. Proverbs 11 and 14. So, he appeals to a certain segment of the community. There are a lot of different counselors and a lot of different people bringing a lot of different messages. But he's being led to do this, and he's doing it. He's being guided to take charge of his life. This is not a time for self-doubt or weakness of any sort. Because if you indulge in those emotions too long, you're going to lose more than you can imagine. It says no matter how big the odds are, victory is achievable. It also says you do better by having the right spiritual teachers in your corner. Effective leadership requires wise counsel and up-to-date information. Are you following the right leaders or elders at this stage in your journey? So again, I talked about old, outdated information. What does lineage mean to you? Do you know yours? So you're telling other people about theirs. Make sure you know, Kevin Samuels, where you came from. How do you protect yourself from attack? How do you protect yourself? Who are you dating? Who are you with right now? Because you said you're divorced twice. So how are you protecting yourself? Or are you? Do you have the same bad picker that you accuse black women of having? Or black men of having? Why aren't you in a relationship? Do you just want to have authority for the sake of having authority? It talks about the system. It says every Indian wants to be a chief. And what does your father or your father figure have to say about the things that you're telling these men? Do you have a father figure? You have a stepfather figure? Kevin Samuels? Yeah, he has a stepfather, but he tells men not to be stepfathers, even though he said he had a good relationship with his stepfather, and he's been a stepfather twice. Also, he tells black women that they shouldn't think about getting married after they reach the age of 35 or 25, some dumb nonsense. But his mother got married at 50 and found this man that married her with his big head as a child. I don't know if he has siblings, but he's just like, anyway, my opinion, because apparently he is doing as he is led, because there's a segment of the population that needs this type of counseling, and he knows that he has put black women in a bad position. He knows that. But he's on a mission. He has no remorse. Yep. Ace of Knives. See, I ain't lying. Resurrection, surrender to a change. Right. He feels like he's bringing the truth. He wants things to change. He's trying to bring about a change. He may be taking orders from somebody else, and this is the spirit with a spirit, but like I said, it could be corporate, could be. But whatever it is, he knows what he's doing. He's going with it. Right, 4 of Knives. He's fine with it. He is not even stressed. He is good with it. Magician. Black Hermit. He's the Alchemist. So he's just going to lay back and collect, you know, what he has to collect. If you vibe with it, you vibe with it. If you don't, you don't. I don't. But the question is, so we know he feels that what he's doing is right. He feels like he's making a positive impact on the community. He's going to stick by what he feels is his truth. And we, Divine Feminines, we need to realize that everybody learns differently, right? Everybody has their own paths. Some of us are Divine Masculines. This is part of their path. So let's see what our Divine Masculines are getting from this council of their godfather, because that's what they call him, Godfather, Kevin Samuels. What do they feel they're gaining? I don't want to, no, I want to make sure this is not upside down. I don't want nobody saying I'm being partial. I think you can see I'm not being partial, because, but, that's just me. Being stubborn. Oh, the Chariot. Number 7, the Chariot. So, this is, thank you for being in the room. Thank you for the thumbs up. The Chariot, Cancer energy, could be Sagittarius energy, but this is going forward, right? Knowing where you're going, having control. So, my Divine Masculine feels that he is in control. Your Divine Masculine feels that he is on a mission. He's gained control, right? He's ready to step up, step forward. So he's happy. He feels the love from Kevin Samuels. He feels the love. All righty, anything else on the Chariot? Let me see, what's going on with this Chariot? Well, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay. Okay. Make sure we got our cards on the right way here. Again. Alright, let's do this. The Chariot, number 7. Clarifying the King of Baskets. No, we're not clarifying them. We're just saying, what is the Divine Masculine feeling about this? His relationship with Kevin Samuels is, what is he getting from this council of Kevin Samuels? What is the Divine Masculine getting from this council? I think it's making him feel like he can go forward bravely. The Hierophant, but it's in the reverse. So this is going against institutions, going against tradition and customs. So breaking out of his comfort zone. Breaking out of what's expected of him. Could be breaking out of a commitment or committed relationship. Could it be with you, someone that he's committed to? Or maybe he feels that he can go without being in a committed relationship. He can go without being married. That he can go forward without a commitment to anything, without any attachments to anything. 4 of Cups. Yep. Not having to make a move, not having to make a decision. holding on to what he has, knowing that it's not going to go anywhere. He feels that he can take his time, that he can juggle and hold on and just keep looking at what it is that he has while holding on to what it is that he has been given. 5 of coins. And this is in the reverse. No regrets. Not even looking at their part or his part in this. Having no regrets, but having the strength to go forward. So he has learned to break out of the societal norms and to hold on to what he has, be grateful for his experiences, hold on to his emotions. Don't you can look at your emotions, but you do it by yourself. Do it in your own private time. Because he's tamed the beast. So he's learned how to tame his animal side, his passion. He feels that he has strength. And this is an 8, so this is something that he feels that he can carry into the future. So the Chariot is the 7, and this is the 8. So this is progress. They feel strong, that he doesn't have to conform to anybody's expectations of him, whether it be in a society, whether it be in a relationship. He appreciates all that he has, and he's not trying to let go of what he has, including the divine feminine that he sees as a gift. And he's not sorry about any of his past decisions or behaviors. He's not even looking at it anymore. If he has. He's not anymore. Okay. So, that's what the divine masculine feels that he has gotten out of his relationship with Kevin Samuels. Alright, so what do the ancestors feel about the divine masculine's relationship with Kevin Samuels? What is his advice, their advice to him? Be fearless and stand strong. So they're in the corner. They are encouraging this. They're happy. They're happy. I don't want to say that, Spirit. They're happy. Clarifying the Shadow Queen. Exchange energy to create abundance. So, trader, you've been told that you do have a mission. So you have to go out there and do your work. You have to go out there and be on your business. You know that's in the back of your mind, and if that's, they want you to do that. Talk about your experience, share your experience, share your experiences, or to share experiences with your counterpart. Take charge with authority. Over the sisters of the season and the 8 of Knives. So the 8 of Swords. Yeah, take charge. So this is about healing, using your authority to heal this hurt. Be able to stand up and express yourself. You know your worth. You know what you bring to the market. You know what you bring to the table. Ding. Be fearless. Take charge. See things from a higher perspective. The Spirit Whisperer and John Horse, yeah. So why are you being exposed to these messages? The reason for it. Oh, so that you'll be able to take charge of yourself, take charge of your situation, so that you know your self-worth, so you can stand strong and see your situation and see this entire situation from a higher perspective. While the earth feel loved and comforted. And that falls on top of the phoenix. So something expanding. Bottom of that is the drum. Going with your feelings, following the beat of your heart, your dreams, going forward on your journey, feeling loved and comforted, relaxed, like you can make it all happen, like there's magic. All you gotta do is lay back and relax, and you'll be clear. This is the change rising out of the ashes. So they want him to go forward, meditate, learn, understand his own power, his own ability to nourish, his own ability to parent, his own ability to accept love that's given to him, as well as the love that he puts out. So learning how to give love and knowing how to receive love. Growth. And feeling comfortable being loved and being protected. This is growth. This is connection with someone that he may know from their youth to their young adulthood to their older years. This is the maiden, the mother, and the crone energies. So you may know someone before they became a mother, and now you know them as an older person. Could be that energy. That could be you also, or someone around you. But you feel loved and comforted. This is a new beginning for yourself. You feel resurrected. You feel like you can take charge of your situation like a warrior. Okay, so you're doing good, all right? This whole experience with you becoming a Kevin Samuels devotee has done wonders for you, and that's a good thing, and you deserve that. I'm talking to my divine masculine. I don't know how you all feel about it, but if this is for my divine masculine, good for him. I'm proud of him because he deserves it. All good things. All good things. Yep. That's all. Stand up for himself and take charge of his destiny. Know his worth. I'm going to get a crystal for the divine masculines out there who feel the need that they need to protect themselves. And I'm also going to get a crystal for divine feminines who this resonates with, and you still feel like you need to be protected from this energy, that this toxic masculinity, as we may interpret it in our energies, but is apparently needed for them at this time to bring them up to a certain level that they need to be. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So you may need to protect yourself from that, because you also have those masculine energies, and you don't want those energies to throw you off. Okay, so that's what they're saying. So first we're going to get a crystal for the divine masculine. This is hematite. 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 This is a charcoal that takes its name for the Greek word for blood. Like blood, it's full of iron. And like blood, hematite moves the good to where you need it and takes the bad away from where you don't. So, picking and choosing the information, maybe the messages that you're getting from Kevin Samuels, you're taking some of it and tossing some of it away. So you're learning how to discern even in this energy, which is what your ancestors want you to do. This is part of learning how to discern, all right? So as the divine feminines had their own lessons in discernment, this is also the lesson in discernment for the divine masculine, knowing what to hold, what lessons to hold on to and what lessons to ignore, right? This is good for anyone who is stagnating or spun out on something like a new crush or a lifelong existential dilemma, like a lifelong. Okay, so this is the battle of wills. This is that masculine, feminine, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, that type of energy. So this is that type of dilemma. Wherever you, so maybe you feel stuck, maybe he feels stuck. Wherever you are when you realize it's time to come back to Earth. So you may have gotten away from who you are, and now you are being regrounded, right? So that you can re-emerge. When to use it? When you feel stuck. When it's that moon time of the month. And my VM is a Cancer moon, so that's the emotional time of the moon. So he would need to hold this in his pocket at all times. When you want to pull energy from the earth below and use it to make big things happen. So using this power, right, this regeneration, this rising from the ashes to make big things happen for yourself. Excellent. So that is a crystal that you could be using, and if you like, I'll hold it here for a sec. You can make a screenshot of it. And it's again hematite, Hematite, aligned to your wholeness. So blending your masculine and feminine energies together, being able to be strong in that. I'll hold this here too, and maybe you can screenshot that definition also. All right, so let's get something for the divine feminine. Of course, you can also use that, just like divine masculine. You can use whatever crystal comes up for the divine feminine here. So what crystal does the divine feminine need? And these are the stone deck crystals. 78 crystals to energize your life. Show you the box here. comes with a guidebook, but it also has the definitions right on the cards. So, for the Divine Feminine, we have any other crystals that we can get for her while she is experiencing these same energies, maybe in a different way, or she's feeling the effects of this energy on her relationship with her Divine Masculine. What is it that she needs to do? Or what crystal is it that she should have? There's 3. Okay. So we have 3, let's see. Sodalite, Sodalite. This is about a this is about planners, producers, Virgos. So if you or your masculine is a Virgo, this would be a good stone for them. Whether it be a Virgo, rising, moon, sun sign, Venus, whatever. Where to put it? Where you do your best non-thinking. Friend to the chronic meditator. Someone who overthinks things. Okay. Sadalite, Sadalite, known by some as poor man's lapis, is a salty, deep blue stone, speckled and saturated with white calcite inclusions. When you have a big decision to make, when you're 99% finished with a project, but you can't get your head around that last 1%. Don't. Seriously. Give up. Meditate with this sodalite. Abandon solution-oriented thinking. Surrender to your intuition. And watch your problem get solved from someplace much deeper. So this is about deepening your intuition. So, Divine Feminine, deepening your intuition is going to help you as you continue in this journey with this Divine Masculine and the Kevin Samuels crew. Jasper, but also this could be good for your Divine Masculine also. So if you're a Divine Masculine watching, Sodalite, Sodalite, and again, I'll hold it here for a moment so that you can. I don't know why I didn't leave that phone over here. There must be an emergency now. Give me 1 second, please. This is the 3rd time. Excuse me. Hello? See? Let's see what this one was. The child. I'm sorry, you guys. Just give me a second. All right. So, let's finish this up. Don't forget to like and share these this video if you resonate with this message. It's just something fun to do. I'm glad that I was led to do this. It makes me feel a little better. Okay, the next card we have, well, what was it? Jasper. Okay, so Jasper. It's beautiful. Divine Feminine, look at that orange. Beautiful, oh my goodness. Jasper. What is Jasper? This talks about aligning yourself with your core powers. This is for air signs, so that would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, yes, and city folk. Wherever you are when you'd rather be barefoot, pulling vibes from the earth below, think white sand, green grass, and a yoga mat. Yes. When to use it? When you want to get back into your body after a stressful work week, a long flight, or a lit meditation session. Strengthen your foundation. So, strengthen your foundation, protect yourself. All right, know who you are. Know who you are. All right, talks about laying low so that you can power up. So take a step back. Don't freak out. All right, protect yourself. All right, so I'm gonna hold it here so you can screenshot that if you need to. Jasper, Jasper. And this is the back. Strengthen your foundation. Okay. And the last one. Chrysoprase. Chrysoprase. Okay, so Chrysoprase. Okay. Look how gorgeous. Wow. Wow. Hypnotic and green. This is a rare stone with a heavy helping of nickel. So that's nickel on the sides of it. Explorers searching for the fountain of youth. Okay, so Divine Feminine, if you think you need to, stay pretty, or this is about beauty, energizing, looking for the fountain of youth, this is a good stone for you to have. Squeeze it against your heart and let your inner child know how much you love them, and then cry forever. So this will help you release the pain that you may be experiencing during this time, that you or your Divine Masculine. So this could be useful to Divine Masculine also, all three of these stones. But I'm talking to the Divine Feminine about this right now. Use this when it's time to forgive. Time to forgive the person that hurt you the most, your parents, and most of all, yourself. Forgive yourself. You're not a doormat. You are an evolved being. When you feel like giving up on love, Chirofast, this stone, gives you the green light to keep going. Growing from your heart out. So whatever this is, whatever these lessons have been, whatever this experience is with your Divine Masculine and Kevin Samuels and yourself, this could be your third party right here. If you're experiencing third party manipulations, energies, it could very well be coming from this type of energy, okay? And learning to grow from your heart out, so having compassion in this situation, seeing beyond yourself and seeing that needs that your partner may have, that this may be positive for him in his path and in his life, and not to be resentful of it, right? So that's a wonderful lesson, the teaching of compassion and empathy, all right? Learning about something from a higher perspective, right? So I think this is wonderful. So no matter what, if your relationship, if you feel like Kevin Samuels and his teaching are creating a third-party energy within your relationship, definitely monitor that, all right? Because I don't trust them. But his intentions. He's being guided by spirit. Yes, he's, you know, going to create an abundance behind this. And that's okay. Nobody's hating on any brother for making money, just not at our expense. But at this time, if you can relate to this, or your divine masculine can relate to this, then this is explaining to you what this is. Doesn't mean you have to agree with it, right? Because we talked about forgiving, and forgiving does not mean that you condone it. You just forgive it and understand it, right? And you're able to look at this from a higher perspective, right? Because you see that the intent is past Kevin Samuels, is what the universe wanted for your divine masculine at this time. And Kevin Samuels is just a vehicle that could get through to your divine masculine for whatever reason. Okay? So, be grateful for the lesson. Doesn't make you right or wrong. It just means that you don't need to be as stringent against it, or to be resistant to it, to find areas that you may be able to compromise with it, or acceptance of it. Understanding the need that he has for that energy at this time, because he's been through a lot, perhaps. And sometimes, you know, it's like going to boot camp, right? You gotta break somebody all the way down and then build them all the way back up. So we've said that before on this channel, that this twin flame journey is just like going to boot camp, and they kick the legs out from underneath you, and then they bring you back up, right? And so that is that same nurturing energy that, you know, some lessons are going to hurt, but it's for your better good. And it's just part of the journey. So it's at this time for a reason. So see what you can garner from it, and in the long run, it's going to be for the best of your divine masculine's relationship with himself. Even if you find that you cannot, you know, tolerate it for whatever reason, or you're not with it, or it causes him to move on from being in a relationship with anybody, period, including you, and that will hurt, and it does hurt. But know that that's what you wanted him to be anyway, right? The warrior. Fearless and standing strong again. So, he got the healing, and you did too. Or you will, but you're a healer. You got a little help from your friends, quote unquote frenemies. But it's going to be in the best interest of the divine masculine, and ultimately in the best interest of the community, right? And ultimately in the best interest of the divine feminine. Of course. Of course. He's going to learn how to nurture himself, and you're going to learn how to nurture yourself also. Be whole within yourself, just as he's being taught to be whole within himself. So, thank you so much. Appreciate you allowing me to bring these messages to you and come to you like this. And I will be seeing you all real soon. And thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can be aware whenever I go live or I upload new material, all right? And if you want to get a reading from me, a private reading, you can email me at IyaPatsy.com, Iya@IyaPatsy.com, EYA@EYA.com, or pbtarot7@gmail.com, all right? I'll leave messages in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, all right? You can cash at me also at that information will be in the description box also. So thank you so very much, and enjoy the rest of your evening, your day, and I'll be talking to you all real soon. Love you guys. Peace.